Hi, I'm Cameron from Ultimate Floor Care, and today I have with me Ian from Bona Technical. What's the difference between the belt sanders and rotary sanders as a general?
Well, typically a belt sander is a much heavier piece of equipment, and you want to do very aggressive sanding with it. Primarily you want to use it on uneven floors where there's a massive gap, a massive height difference if you like, and also when you're sanding, say, block flooring, solid block flooring that has quite large height differences and variations. So you want something aggressive that's going to flatten it out, level it, and then you'd move on to your rotary type sander for medium and fine sanding.
So as good as the FlexiSand is, there's still a place for the belt sand?
100%. If anything, you're only going to damage a FlexiSander trying to sand uneven floors.
So it's not really about just damaging the floor, it's also about damaging the parts on the machines as well?
100%.
I suppose those pads aren't cheap, are they?
The damage to the parts is one thing, but the downtime on site, you don't have those parts to replace, with you. So you're going to have downtime. You're talking maybe days, 2 days to try and find parts or go and find a higher machine. And that's where it becomes problematic. You don't want to be damaging a machine on a job.
So what if I had a really thick, sticky, nasty coating on a wooden floor that we needed to remove before we finish the floor? Can we go in with a belt sander, or is the FlexiSander capable of taking that off?
Typically, you're going to go with a belt sander with probably our ceramic abrasives. These are very sharp, and on your first cut, that's what you want to be using. You may and you very well will get tacking up of the abrasives, and you need to clean the abrasives as you're going along. So for very tacky, sticky type coatings and in multiple layers, that's a definite go-to on the belt sander. Some ceramic layers these days, ceramic coatings, they're very hard to bite into. So definitely we'd be saying go with our ceramic abrasive, the 8700 Platinum. Very sharp, very durable, and it's going to do that job for you. If you need to use, for whatever reason or any reason, you need to use the Bona FlexiSand, you can actually etch the surface with our diamond abrasives, and obviously more information is available from our technical department for that. So you etch the surface so that the ceramic abrasives can get a good bite into very hard coatings. So it's another tool in the box that you can try in those situations.
I have had quite a lot of customers in the past that have gone up a grit to remove something that's tough, just to give it that quick key, and then go back down to your basics with your 50 grit platinums, and then really biking into that floor.
Yeah, so the Bona diamond abrasives are sharper than the ceramic, but we generally only supply them in a 240 grit, an 80 grit, and a 120 grit here. Normally for finishing sanding, but these help to get a good etch into some of the hard ceramic coatings, and then you bite into it with the ceramic abrasives.
Just a final question now then, with the FlexiSand and the belt sander, is there any sort of directional way of using them? Can we go against the grain with the belt sander? Or do we have to follow the grain with the Flexi?
Yeah, I mean typically with the belt sanders you're going to be sanding it, dipping on the floor diagonally to cut across the grain. On the Bona FlexiSand, because the way it's designed with the power drive head, you can use it multi-directional across linear boards along the lengths, and also on parquet blocks or herringbone. Very easy machine, it'll sand in any direction for you. And this helps when you're doing edges, and also when you are looking to sand into thresholds through into another room or something like that.
So if we're belt sanding a herringbone 5-finger parquet floor, is there a specific angle we need to go?
No, on parquet floors like that and herringbone, on a FlexiSand, it's just so versatile that you can sand in any direction on it.
Okay, and what about the belt sander?
You're going to be having to be careful on the type of flooring, the way it's been laid. Generally you need to go in a particular direction for the way that machine is set up, and that's normally diagonally. On linear boards, obviously you can make a decision on whether you'd get away with sanding along the linear lengths. Generally you can't just chop and change multi-direction with a belt sander.
So I usually say to my clients is follow the crown line. If you've got a herringbone, just follow the crown line, so you're never going against the grain.
Yeah.
Because if we follow the grain, we're always going against the grain, aren't we?
Yeah, yeah.